So, Tawee Walker, one of three Oklahoma running backs on the move in the transfer portal. The only main one, right? Gavin Sawchek, who honestly, as a Sooner fan, that's the guy you wanted to keep. Gavin Sawchek's been an absolute monster. But Tawee Walker is very good in his own right. Had a very good game against Texas. Had a good game against Oklahoma State. Um, I I like him as a player. I like him as a player. This is a guy. He's from Arizona. So I could see him. I could see him potentially going back to the motherland. Arizona, I'm sure has some roster spots open from Arizona State. Certainly does. Uh, Maybe West Texas, maybe like Texas Tech. So those are just a couple schools that I thought he might fit pretty decently at. You have any thoughts on Tommy Walker's player or where he might end up?
Yeah, I don't. We mentioned I thought he was a good player at Oklahoma. I don't quite see him being an elite high-end running back where he's a three-down guy where you can get him the ball in space, under his thing. But in terms of like his positional need right now, like people need bruisers, like physical running backs to get short yardage. Like he's gonna have a bunch of suitors, right? I know many teams are looking for maybe that complement to you're that thunder to that lightning, which Tawee Walker could be. I like his pass blocking. I don't love it. It's got better throughout the year, I believe. But which is obviously a very important stat, especially if you have young running back as well, and you also want to look at the NFL upside. Like you look at Roshan Johnson, just go across that Red River Rivalry. Like he's a guy that got drafted so high where he was because of special teams and because of pass blocking, he was so good at. Um, yeah, I don't know. I like him there. Oklahoma fans obviously gonna miss him. I know that staff's gonna miss him, but I think he'll find a good spot in the portal where someone can use him well. I don't know if he'll get, you know, 300 carries, whatever, 400 carries, 300 carries, but definitely 150, 175 is a very good spot for him, and then take his talent to the NFL for sure.
Yeah, some other schools that I was thinking about, that might need running backs. San Diego State is one of them for sure. I think they would love a good running back in Tawee Walker if he's willing to go West Coast. I don't know what schools Walker's camp is talking to these days, but he could end up staying in the Big 12. For all I know, he could say, "Hey, let's go over to Waco, right? Uh, get some get some time there. Maybe Houston, uh, Cincinnati. I know Corey Connor's pretty good, but could be in the market for a guy like Tawee Walker. So I think he's got a lot of options as a running back. It's weird because like running back is a position where it sucks because it's kind of quote unquote easily replaceable. Those are words that I'll use that are not necessarily my words, but there's a lot of running backs in the transfer portal that feel like they should be the number one guy. Uh, Trevor Etienne, for example, but we'll talk about him one of these days. But he was not the number one guy there. You just a 1B, basically 1A. But he's in the transfer portal because he thinks that he can get more time somewhere else, right? So there's a lot of running backs in the portal like that. So it'll be interesting to see where teams value a guy like Tolly Walker. He could stay Power Five. He also could go high end G5 too. You have no idea. You have no
And
idea.
that's not a bad strategy either. You look at guys like Tajay Spears, like Keaton Mitchell. Like you see guys have success in the NFL coming from that G5 level. Tyree Walker's a grinder though. I mean, he was JUCO, I believe. I think he even walked on to Oklahoma after kind of being a nobody in the fall camp. He's getting there, is making his way to being a productive player, very reliable running back for Oklahoma there. Yeah, it's a shame that he kind of is the odd man out there with Sawchuk, but I'm happy for him. He gets to use the portal for his benefit. I think he can find a really good situation. You mentioned a couple of those spots. I think he would thrive in all of them. I think he understands his value, and I think that's still a valuable position, even though it is the running back position, even though they're a dime a dozen, whatever. But I think for who he is, I think there's definitely going to be a need there, and he can package that into some NIL and some playing time and some film for the NFL for sure. Does Oklahoma, they're going to be okay without him? Sawchuk's okay.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Marcus Major was also another big loss there in the running back room, but Gavin Sawchuk is a dude. He's
Yeah.
really good, and it was surprising me. I thought he was going to get more touches early on in the season, and he ended up kind of taking over late in that season. But this is not a Gavin Sawchuk video. This is a Tawee Walker video. Uh, I like Walker as a player a lot, so I can't wait. I kind of secretly hope he goes back to one of the Arizona schools. I think he could definitely thrive in one of those systems. So with two teams that I think are on the up and up, especially heading into the Big 12. Hey guys, MD here. Just here to invite you to the Redshirt Sophomore College Football Bowl pool. The link to join will be in the description down below. The winner, what do they get? A chance to be a guest on the Redshirt Sophomore podcast, of course. But to qualify for that, you got to make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. So make sure you click that subscribe button down below. When you sign up, all you got to do is just pick a team, right? See here, Miami, Ohio versus App State. This example selected Miami, and they have 12 confidence points on it. You're going to rate these games 1 to 43, and it's going to be a blast. I can't wait to have you guys on. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Thank you.